Chris Rock is in the room, he can hear the stupid conversation that's taking place. I know this because I can hear Chris Rock in the background. What's going on? Who's at the door? Move out the way. Yo, Chris, I got this, man. I got this. Move! All right. And the guy stands to the side, and now I'm looking at Chris Rock, and he recognized me, and it freaked me out. Oh, yeah, it freaked me out. He's like, look who it is. Look who it is. It's the king of the Mexicans. That little woman made me. And she tells everybody, no, he came out of here. Ay, no, hombre, this is the road to success. She is not shy. She cracks me up though, man, because she likes what I do because it's working, but she still doesn't get the jokes. It's not that she doesn't speak English because she speaks perfect English. She just doesn't see me as a comedian. She sees me as her son. I can't tell her a joke because then she questions it and kills it, right? I can tell her something like, you know, Mom, why'd the chicken cross the road? And I'll get, who let out the chicken? It's a joke. It's no joke, baboso. You know how much I paid for those chickens? Yeah, normally you guys all saw I'm wearing the whole black attire right now. I was trying to blend in with the background, kind of. Actually, I'll tell you guys the truth. Normally, when I perform, I always wear Hawaiian shirts. That's my thing. I love wearing Hawaiian shirts. And people ask, why do you wear Hawaiian shirts? Are you Hawaiian? I'm like, no. I go, why do you wear them, cabrón? Because they fit. I'm serious, man, because you guys know when you're fluffy, fashion is secondary. It is, man. And I say fluffy, that's the politically correct term for those of you that don't know. There's actually 5 different levels of fatness. If you don't know them, let me tell them. There's big, there's healthy, there's husky, there's fluffy, and there's damn. If you walk into a bar or restaurant and the waiter or waitress looks at you and goes, damn, dude, you need to go. Here's another clue to find out if you've gone too far. Let's say you get hungry, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you want some munchies or some snacks. So you walk into a convenience store, no big deal. Ding, ding. What's up, man? How much are the Twinkies? 50 cents, okay, I'll take 2. Okay, I'll see you later, bye. Ding, ding. That's cool. But if you show up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and it's a little more like this, ding. Go home. You've gone too far. It's cool being fluffy though. My ex-girlfriend, she was cool. She was fluffy too. She was, man. I used to call her up in the middle of the night and all my friends would always tell us how romantic we were. I'd call her up, no big deal, right? Old school, huh? Pick up the phone. Hello. Hey. What are you doing?
Oh, nothing. I'm just here.
Ooh. Where?
In the kitchen.
Oh, really? Oh, what are you doing in the kitchen?
Oh, nothing. I'm just baking.
Oh, really? Oh my God, what are you baking?
Oh, nothing. Just a chocolate cake.
Oh, really? Oh, baby, say it slow, say it slow.
Chocolate cake.
Ay, Dios mío. Oh, baby. I can't take it anymore. I'm gonna come. You're gonna come. I'm gonna come over and eat your cake. And by the way, you guys, since the last time we were here, I've had a few things change in my life. Some things happened that were so crazy that I couldn't even believe that it was a possibility. First thing that happened was I had my first ever celebrity death hoax, meaning that someone faked my death on the internet and it went viral. Someone wrote an amazing article that was read by over 30 million people that was so good, even I was like, oh my God, I was so nice. TMZ reported it for 30 minutes until they called my publicist and confirmed that I was still alive. The article said that I had died October 31st from complications of type 2 diabetes. And in my head, I'm thinking to myself, that's a hell of a day to kill a diabetic. You know what I mean? That's like killing Santa on Christmas Eve. 30 million people read this article. No one thought to call me. Except Martin. That's right. Martin was the only one that called me. And I think that was just to verify that he still had employment. I got that phone call. Hello? Martin was like, hey, you dead? No, man, I'm good. I figured you would have texted me. And I would have, because that's the kind of friend I am, you know? I even asked my son Frankie, I said, Frankie, did you hear I died? That's what they meant. I go, what do you mean that's what they meant? Well, my friends were asking if you were okay. I go, what'd you tell them? I hadn't seen you. And so, well, apparently I died. Welcome back. And that's another thing that's changed, you guys. My son Frankie is now 18 years old and 1 week away from graduation. You guys are clapping, but he's not leaving. I've already asked him, I said, Frankie, what do you want to do with your life? Have you thought about college? Just now. I'm like, Frankie, you do realize that all you need to do is get accepted. I tell a lot of jokes. I will pay for your entire college education, no matter where you want to go. As long as you get accepted. What do you think about that? I say, you know, if you want to go to school in California, we'll make it happen. You want to go to school out of state, we'll make it happen. I said, hell, I'll even do one of those international programs. You know, the ones where you give them one of your children and then they give you one of their children. What is it called when you kid swap? Thank you, sorry. That's right, exchange. Some of you are like, that's called human trafficking. Different program. I would love to do an exchange program with my son, but don't give me a regular kid. If I'm gonna do an exchange program, give me a kid from like a hardcore third world country so that he appreciates all the basic things most American children take for granted. That's why I say, give me little Tombutu. Give me Tombutu. I would love Tombutu, and Tombutu would love me.
Mr. Fluffy?
Yes, Tombutu.
I was wondering, what time do we go to sleep?
You go to sleep whenever you like. This is your room. We sleep next door. All of this is for Tombutu? Yes, all of this is for Tombutu.
In my village, 2 families sleep in an area this big.
Well, here in America, one big-ass Mexican kid sleeps right here. Enjoy. And then I would take him to like IHOP or Denny's and let him order whatever he wants and just watch him lose it. You know?
This is the Thanksgiving I heard of. Thank you, Mr. Fluffy. Thank you. If there is anything Chombuto can do for you, please tell me anything.
Can you help me take out the trash?
For you, I will eat the trash.
Meanwhile, my son's on the other side of the world on top of an elephant trying to get Wi-Fi. Yeah, man, I love Paul. Like I said, Paul's one of the main reasons why I got into comedy. And he used to mess with me a lot. Trust me, in my last special, I talked about how I had a Volkswagen Beetle. It was a true story. I really had a Beetle. And I got rid of it because I got tired of the fat jokes. When you're a fluffy guy and you have a little car and all of your friends are professional comedians, oh, they'll make you cry. Paul especially.
How the hell did you manage to squeeze inside of that? No, hombre, I have never seen a car expand before while someone was inside of it. How do you get a stretch mark on the windshield? That's what I want to know. When you fart, does it go faster?
One after another after another. I'm like, oh my God. And you know what it is? It's karma. Because 10 years ago, I did a joke about Paul Rodriguez on TV. I used to be on a show on the Nickelodeon network called All That. Some of you remember? Yeah? That was me, a lot smaller. I was only 2Xs. I was a 2X, yeah. Anyway, as soon as the TV show season was over, they gave all the cast members gifts. They gave this one girl TV, this one kid a DVD collection. Since I was the only one who had his own car, they gave me a car alarm with a remote start to it. A lot of cars have those now, but think back 10 years ago, there was only a few that had the... My friends went, "Where'd you get that?" I looked at him and I said, "Nickelodeon." That's bad. I go to show it off to everybody. I showed my mom. I said, "Mom, go to the car. I got to use the bathroom. I left you a present." "Oh, a present? Okay." So she goes to the car, and I started the car from the kitchen. "El diablo! El diablo! El diablo!" I had to run outside. "Mom, it's not the devil." Look at. Nickelodeon. "Oh my God, mijo. Oh my God, you scared me. Me sacaste un pedo, mijo. Oh my God, mira, smell, mijo, smell." I wind up doing a show in Hollywood at a comedy club, and I'm working with my idol, with Paul Rodriguez. As soon as the show was over, we're walking out the door, and he walks up to me and he says,
"You know, I like the whole fluffy thing you do. It's catchy. It sounds cute. Keep eating."
We walk outside, and my car is parked there first because I showed up late. So, my car's right there, and Paul walks by. "All right, take it easy." He walks right in front of my car. And my friend goes, "Dude, show him your car. Show him Nickelodeon." And I couldn't help it, freaking.
Hey, hijo la chi! What the hell? What is this? Oh,
Nickelodeon.
hombre, cabrón, pinche fluffy, you gave me a heart attack. You take it easy.
Valet brings his car around, a brand new Porsche 911. The car was nice. He pulls up and Valet gives him the keys. He turns around and looks at me.
Hey, tú, fluffy, check it out.
I'm like, whatever, it's not Nickelodeon. The door pops open. Trunk.
I'm not through yet.
Chip, chip.
HBO.
Anyways, back to my son's friends. So my son has these two friends that come over the house all the time. One friend, his name is Ken, works a lot with computers. The other friend, his name is Fabian. He wants to be a police officer. Both of these kids are really, really good. Now, I keep calling everyone kids, even though they're all 18. But to me, they're kids. I'm almost 40. I'm like, you know. Like some of the conversations that we have are very adult-like. And the other conversations, I'm like, what am I doing with my life? For example, at home when I'm hanging out, I usually just wear, you know, very similar to now, except the Hawaiian shirt. I usually wear like a t-shirt that has like either Star Wars or Marvel Comics or Transformers on it or cartoons. You know, I like wearing stuff like that around the house. One day, I'm wearing a t-shirt that has the Avengers on the front. And I walk into the living room, and my son's friend Fabian sees me wearing this shirt. And so he starts pointing. And I'm like, what's up, dude? He goes, weak. Excuse me? Weak. And then he says, DC's better. What did you say? DC's better. I'm like, DC's okay. You know, Obama lives there. They pass laws. They got hotels, historic museums. It's not even a real state. I don't know why you're getting cray-cray. He goes, nah, fool, DC Comics. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm almost 40. I don't care. It's just a really cool shirt. I like it. It fits. No big deal. That's because they are. I go, you need to relax. They're the best. I go, you need to chill. And in my head, I'm like, why am I having this conversation? I have better things to do with my time, like trying to get my son on an elephant. But no. The kid in me is like, why are they the best? And then he points at the shirt again. Iron Man sucks. Batman's #1. I go, why? Because he is. I go, that's not an argument. First of all, Batman's not the best superhero. I hate to break it to you. He's not. I can hear people already getting ready to boo. They're like, oh, no, Fluffy, don't go there. Don't go there, Fluffy. Don't do it. Yes, I'm going to do this. Watch this. Batman's not the best superhero. Batman is the creepiest superhero. Batman is the creepiest superhero that has ever lived. He even sounds creepy. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. You don't recognize that voice? Want some candy? Help me find my puppy. Hello, he only comes out at night. His face is always covered up. He's always waiting in alleys. And who does he talk to? A guy named Joker, a guy named Riddler. His name is Batman. Joker, Riddler, Batman. Joker, Riddler, Batman. Those are Mexican gang member names. Can you imagine if that was Batman's real identity at night? I'm Batman. During the day?
No, chingue su madre, soy Batman, loco. Todo el pinche día aquí trabajando y luego le parte la madre Joker.
I'm Batman. I said, all right, Fabian, Mr. Batman's the best. Based on my t-shirt says Marvel Comics. I said, I see Thor, I see Captain America, I see Iron Man. Who are some of the superheroes that DC Comics has that makes them better than Marvel? Go. Batman, you said that. Superman, that's a good one. Wonder Woman, okay. Green Lantern, whoa. I said, I know the other superheroes, but Green Lantern? What's his power? He wears a ring, and the ring gives him power. I said, that's a fantasy. I don't know any man who wears a ring who has power. And if you're not clapping right now, my point exactly. You can't clap, can you? You can't. You know why you can't clap? Because you're sitting next to kryptonite. He's not even clapping. He's like, no. No, me pega Wonder Woman. No. I keep coming back to alcohol, huh? I keep having these issues with it, you know? Like, I got loaded one night, and I don't know what happened. I accidentally wound up at this, dance place. gentleman clubby place, right? I wasn't driving, it was an accident. We pulled up to the place and... I knew where I was at. Even when you're drunk, you could be drunk and blind. You know where you're at. As long as you hear, you know... I walked in there and I got recognized by one of the dancers, and you gotta call them dancers or entertainers or they get mad at you. They'll get mad.
I am not a stripper, okay? I am an entertainer.
I'm like, no, I'm an entertainer. You're nasty. Some girl recognized me. She's like,
Oh my God, I know who you are. You're famous.
and I'm like, oh no. And some other dancer who's spinning on a pole overheard famous, and she stopped. Just. She walks over. Oh my God, you're famous? Can I have your autograph? I said, you don't even know me.
I don't care. Sign it.
Okay, relax. What's your name?
Diamond.
What's your last name?
Rodriguez.
To Diamond. With all my love and affection.
Hurry up.
I got mad, so I wrote George Lopez. I was drunk. I didn't care, right? I'm all loaded. She freaked out. She's like, oh my God. Oh my God. You're George Lopez. I can't help it, you guys. I was so drunk, I did this. I said, I know, huh? Hey, cabrona, why you cry? Why you cry? Mira, muy chingona, I cry. I won't lie, you guys. George knows I do that. I don't think he likes it. I've done that to a couple of other people, you know. I did that to Paul Rodriguez, and Paul was cool. Paul was really cool about it. He was like, you know,
Hey, I heard there's a guy out there who knows how to talk like me. Is that you?
I said,
Yeah, that's me. That's pretty good.
I said,
I know, huh?
hey, can you do Mencia? Da-da-da. That's how you do it! Now, Carlos knows I do that, and he gets mad at me because he goes, you gotta do it better.
I will tell you, though, that I did not handle the breakup well. She was, in fact, the first breakup, like real. She was my first true love. I'll just say it. She was my first true love. And I did not handle it well. You're supposed to have your heart broken when you're like 12. When you have your first crush. That's when you're supposed to have your first heartache, not in your 40s. It's supposed to be when you're young, when you're little, when you're resilient, you know? You're like, you realize it's not gonna work out, so you're devastated. No! And yeah. Not when you're in your 40s. So without divulging too much information, let me just tell you that when everything was finalized, I was at the gas station and I got a text message basically saying, everything's been signed, it's official, it's turned in. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay. I get in the car, I start the car, and then I put it in drive. And that's when it hit. That's when it became real. That's when it was like, oh my God, I can no longer go home. That's no longer an option. I have messed things up. I can no longer go back to what I called home. I have to restart my life right then and there at the gas station. And I had a full-blown meltdown. And some of you know that my tour came to an end a while back, and people were wondering, is it drugs? Is it alcohol? Is it mental health? I was going through my first breakup. How was I supposed to be an effective comedian when I couldn't stop crying? You know what I mean? It was like, it was bad. And you guys have heard the shows before. You know I never bring this up. It was the lowest point of my life. I had never felt so sad, weak, vulnerable, depressed, lonely, everything all rolled into one. And it was at the lowest point of my life that I found that's right, country music. Country music knows when you're sad. Country music knows when you're weak. Country music knows when you're vulnerable and you need something to fill the void. I used to fight off country music. I used to look at country music in the face and tell country, you could take your ache, you break your heart, and you keep on moving. But not today. Let me tell you what's going on. I'm in the car and I'm crying so much. My tears are rolling down my cheek and they're blending with my snot. They're blending with my mocos. My tears are blending with my mocos and then blending with my babas, with my drool. I have 3 different fluids coming out of my face at the same time. My neck looked like menudo. It was bad. All I needed was a pinche limón y cebolla. That's it right there. I am making ugly sounds and I don't want to hear myself, so I turn on the stereo and I started hitting buttons and it lands on the country station. And I knew immediately that it was country music I was listening to, and I did not try to change the station because I figured, you know what? I deserve to suffer more for the mistakes I made and the people I hurt. So I let it play and play and play and play. I listened to country music for over an hour, and I came to this conclusion. Country music has at least one song that will speak to your heart directly because you feel like the artist wrote the song specifically about you and your life because of how detailed the songs are. Oh yeah, my hat's off to country music singers and artists. You guys, you know how to do something very well, and it's not till you experience a certain time of your life that it makes sense. I'm in that car bawling, and all of a sudden on the radio I hear this. It's been 7 days since you seen her. How does he know it's been 7 days since I've seen her? You just can't get her off your mind. 'Cause every little thing that you do or say is another reason you pushed her away. And now you're sitting in your car all alone. And it doesn't stop. It keeps kicking you on the ground, reminding you what a piece of crap you are. You should have gone home and locked the door, but you was outside being a whore. And now you're sitting in your car all alone.
If you want to learn about nature, you watch Discovery Channel or one of these, nature programs where they have a guy on safari and he's studying from afar. Crocodile hunter and all. Come on, every episode. Hey, what you doing? Look over there, right there. It's a tiger. That tiger weighs 800 pounds and it could kill a man in 10 seconds. I'm going to touch it. Oi, tiger! Oh, he's angry! He's angry! Next episode, hey, that's a king cobra, the most venomous snake in all the planet. One bite and I'm dead. I'm gonna pick it up. He's angry! No fighting. But I had to make up the fact that I yelled at Frankie. I go, Frankie, whatever you want to do, let's do it. Gabriel, can we go to an arcade? Arcade? dude, you have a Nintendo Wii at your house. And then I had a flashback to 20 years ago.
¿Qué? Arcade, cabrón, tú tienes un Nintendo en la casa. You have a Nintendo at home.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm turning into my mom. Come on, dude, let's go. I take him to this big old freaking arcade, right? And I felt so out of it because I didn't know you couldn't put money in the machines anymore. I remember quarters. I'm thinking, here, $5. And he's like looking at me like, what? Go play. And he's like, he came right back, all done. I'm like, dude, I didn't know this. You have to go to another machine, put in money, and then it gives you a card, and then you swipe that card to play video games. And the game he wants to play doesn't cost a quarter. It costs $3. A game, big old machine called Dance Dance Revolution. Some of you know this game? Yeah, maybe sort of. For those of you that don't know the game, it's pretty simple. It's a dancing game, and there's a big screen, and then arrows come out to music. And whatever arrow comes out, that's the arrow you have to step on when it comes out. Kind of cool, but all the music is techno. And it's loud. I know I'm getting older because I'm like, they got to turn that down.
Dance, dance, revolution, revolution, get ready.
And the kids are like,
I'm ready.
Select music.
and that's what they dance to.
Ready, go.
And the kid's like, whoa! And I'm like, I love this game, but they need to have something that's more fluffy friendly. So that fluffy people and parents can hang and enjoy. We're watching this game for over an hour. I told Frankie, let's go play another game and then we'll come back where the line goes down. The line never goes down. Great. So I'm watching kid after kid after kid. And I'm like, serious? How much is it? It's $3 a dance. $3 a dance? And then I thought about it. Well, I paid $20 2 nights ago, so I guess $3 isn't that bad. Now that I think about it. Some of you are clapping, some are like,
I don't get it.
yeah, whatever. Anyway. So kid after kid, then I found something out. You can always spot that one kid who you just know is going to grow up to be a little bit more creative than others by the way he plays the game. And all the other little kids, they know something's up. They're like, you got to watch. When Benji plays, you got to watch. Watch. Sure enough, here comes Benji, right?
Dance, dance, revolution. Get ready.
I'm so ready.
I'm like, oh, it's on.
Select music. Ready, go.
This dude took off. Wow. Frankie's like, I'm next. I go, you can't follow that. You better come over here and play some Street Fighter, man. Let me show you how to throw a fireball. I keep coming back to alcohol, huh? I keep having these issues with it, you know? Like, I got loaded one night, and I don't know what happened. I accidentally wound up at this dance place. Gentleman clubby place, right? I wasn't driving. It was an accident. We pulled up to the place, and I knew where I was at. Even when you're drunk, you could be drunk and blind. You know where you're at. As long as you hear, you know... I walked in there and I got recognized by one of the dancers, and you gotta call them dancers or entertainers or they get mad at you. They'll get mad.
I am not a stripper, okay? I am an entertainer.
I'm like, no, I'm
I'm an entertainer. You're nasty.
Some girl recognizes me. She's like,
Oh my God, I know who you are. You're famous.
and I'm like, oh no. And some other dancer who's spinning on a pole overheard famous, and she stopped. Just. She walks over.
Oh my God, you're famous? Can I have your autograph?
I said, you don't even know me.
I don't care. Sign it.
Okay, relax. What's your name?
Diamond.
What's your last name?
Rodriguez.
To Diamond. With all my love and affection.
Hurry up.
I got mad, so I wrote George Lopez. I was drunk. I didn't care, right? I'm all loaded. She freaked out. She's like, oh my God. Oh my God. You're George Lopez. I can't help it, you guys. I was so drunk, I did this. I said, I know, huh?
Hey, cabrona, why you cry? Why you cry? Mira, muy chingona, I cry. Está loca.
I won't lie, you guys. George knows I do that. I don't think he likes it. I've done that to a couple of other people, you know. I did that to Paul Rodriguez, and Paul was cool. Paul was really cool about it. He was like, you know,
Hey, I heard there's a guy out there who knows how to talk like me. Is that you?
I said,
Yeah, that's me. That's pretty good.
I said,
I know, huh?
hey, can you do Mencilla? Da-da-da.
That's how you do it.
Now, Carlos knows I do that, and he gets mad at me because he goes, you gotta do it better.
I have a bus driver named Dave who has never received any credit, and he's been working for me for almost 10 years now. This man has successfully gotten me to every single comedy show on time without fail. If I had to describe him to you, okay? Dave looks like the word America. Not America, America. He's about 6 feet tall, he's white, he has a gray beard, and he wears a trucker hat. And he's gotta be one of the most hardworking people I have ever met. Now, when I say hardworking, hey, I'm on the road 46 weeks out of the year, so I know. Difference is, I fly home every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Dave stays on that bus and he gets it to the next city where we meet him. He works anniversaries, holidays, special moments. Christmas time, I was with my family. Dave was driving that bus on the East Coast. New Year's, I was with my family. Dave was on the East Coast driving that bus. One of the hardest working people I've ever met. I just want to give him a shout out. In addition to being hardworking, he's very honest. Now, when I say honest, I don't mean, oh, he does his taxes right. I mean painfully honest, no filter honest. He talks the way people used to. He does not have time to mince words. He just calls it like he sees it. Before me, he used to work with a man by the name of Kenny G. Grammy Award winner, amazing, amazing music. One day, Kenny G was on his tour bus that Dave was driving, and I guess the two of them had a little discussion, and Kenny G used some words that Dave would have rather him not have used, and instead of getting into it with him, this is what Dave does. Kicked Kenny G off of his own bus. Because he would rather lose his job than lose his self-respect. And that's the man I work with. He's a bad dude. You guys are clapping, but you should have seen the interview. Oh man, it was a good one. He looks at me and he says, "Hey, let's get one thing straight. I don't give a who you are. You treat me right, I'll treat you right. You pay me on time, you'll live." Not to mention the fact that he keeps that tour bus squeaky clean. And he takes a lot of pride in that as well. One night, I was drinking on the bus, and I go to put my cup down, and I missed the table, and the cup hit the floor. I didn't get up right away to get the cup, because I figured I'm gonna get up in a couple minutes and make myself another drink. I'll pick up the cup then. Dave sees the cup on the floor, and then he looks at me and says, "Hey, I ain't your mama. Pick that shit up." I get to the back of the bus and I'm like, wait a minute, I pay him. "Hey, Dave, shut up. Yeah, I'll be in the back in my room. Thank you. Drive safe." And people tell me, you work with a man who talks that way to you? Why? Let me tell you why. Because he's honest. With Dave, you know exactly what you get. Nowadays, it is so hard for me to tell who's being genuine and who has an agenda. And with him, you know exactly where you stand. If he likes you, he loves you. And if not, you're on the curb with Kenny G. That being said, I have a story to share. About 1.5 years ago, maybe longer, we're on the bus and we're heading down the highway. Just so you have kind of an understanding of the bus layout, let's say this is the front. Here's Dave, the driver, empty seat, and then a sliding door that goes in between him and the rest of the tour bus. My buddy Alfred and I are in the living room portion and we're watching TV. We're watching the news. And on the news, there's this person who is running for some type of office. No particular office. And I guess their big plan is to erect a structure between two bodies of land. Somewhere. And I guess they want one side of the structure to finance the entire project. Well, my buddy Alfred and I, we have a lot of family that works in construction, and we know a bad job when we see one. So we started to voice our opinion out loud about how we felt about this person and what they wanted to do. We're being very loud. So loud, Dave can hear us. And then we hear Dave. America. I yell out to Dave. I said, "Be quiet, Dave. This isn't about you." He taps a button on the dashboard that activates the sliding door. And when the door's about that far from closing, he yells out, "I'm building a wall." I couldn't even get upset because I was too much in shock over the fact that that came out of someone 4 feet away from me. My buddy Alfred and I, we look like chickens. We're like, my cell phone goes off. I take out my phone and there's a text message from Dave. And I said, that's right. He better say, I'm sorry. He better say, just kidding. I open up the text message and it says, and you're paying for it. And people tell me, you still work with him after that? Yes, I do. I trust that man with my life every single night. I know where his heart's at. He can say whatever he wants. At the end of the day, he still has to drive around the king of the Mexicans.